God, I brought that down a little. I'm in the perfect position and then I started talking. So, good afternoon, good evening I should say, and welcome to Mondays and Thursdays, if you wanted, Freestyle Fitness Yoga. So we're going to keep it, again, nice and slow, but then if you wanted to speed up, you could always come to the Thursday, which is my private practice, and just do what you feel like in that one. We're going to bring ourselves to our mat. This class also is for people that haven't got high blood pressure, diabetes or joint problems. If you have and you know what to do, then you can adjust it, make it easy for yourself. But if you feel sick at any time, if anything doesn't feel right, then please stop. So we're also going to make sure that we've got enough room around us so that we're not going to knock or kick anything over. We're bringing ourselves to our mat, bringing our feet in line, lifting our toes, bringing our pelvic floor in. Here's me. We just let her in. And we're going to start with belly breath. So we're placing our hands on our belly and we just want the breath, as we breathe out, our belly to come in, and as we breathe in, our belly to move out. Oh, I'm just going to mute you. There we go. And we're just going to try and feel that breath coming into the belly. It's breathing right down to the bottom of the lungs and pushing out from the bottom of the lungs. As we're breathing out, we're trying to let the day melt away. Any thoughts that come to our head, just let them go. Acknowledge them, but just go, we'll get back to you later. And even though we call it belly breath, we want to also feel it come out from the sides. And we also want to feel it right into that back. So we're going to keep this movement, this breath into the belly, but we're going to move our head. So we're bringing our thumb up, we're placing it into the base of the spine, stretching our hands across, bringing our elbow back. We're going to breathe in to look up to our elbow, breathe out to look down to our shoulder. 3 times each side. Here we go. Breathing in. Bringing the head back to centre. Let's do the other side. So thumb up, bringing it into the base of the skull. Okay, itchy foot. Excuse me a minute, thank you. So breathe in, up, and breathe out, down. Use that belly breath, or lower back, lower stomach breath. and bringing it back to centre. So we're going to turn our foot out. We're turning the foot so it's pointing out, and we're bringing our hips round so that we're facing over the foot. But we don't want the back foot to roll in. We want to keep making sure that we're pushing down flat. We can bend the knees as we go down. We're pulling the belly in, pulling the shoulders in, breathing out, letting the body roll down. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. We're going to breathe into the back of the body. We're going to breathe out through the front. So again, breathing into the lower part. So breathe into the back of the lower spine. Breathe out through the lower belly. As you're breathing out, it should feel as if the body wants to just relax down. And with this, we're working the muscles diagonally through the body. We're going to breathe in, tucking the chin in and roll back up. Your hand should stay either side of that leg. And we breathe out as we get up here. Let's bring that foot back to front and take the other foot out to the side. Making sure the weight's even, the body's forward. We pull the shoulders in, breathe out, tuck, bend them knees if you need to. Keep the hand each side of the foot. Breathe into the lower part of the back, breathe out through the belly. And breathing in. Breathe out. Bring yourself back to centre. Let's do one more on each side. And breathing in to lift. Last one. Breathing in to come back up. Lovely. Lovely. So, let's do the reverse now. So again, turning that foot out, again keeping the weight even, placing the hand on the bum, placing whichever foot's pointing out, we're placing that hand on the head and we're looking into the crook of the elbow. We're not letting our head go back. We don't want to strain our throat here or pinch here. We're looking into the elbow's lifting. We're pushing forward, we're breathing in. We're again, breathe into the stomach. Breathe out through that lower back. It's the back that's doing the moving, not the head. And you'll feel a beautiful diagonal stretch. We're going to breathe out to come back up. Bringing it round. Breathe in. Changing sides, breathe out. And breathe in, lifting. Breathing out to come back up. So we're going to do one more on each side, but we're going to take the hand away. If you feel that you're moving too far, then put your hand back to your hip. Make sure that you feel comfortable wherever you are. So hand on your head, breathe in, lift, reach back. Lovely. Try not to get distracted while you're in this position so that you don't hurt your back. And breathe out, come back up. And bring it forward. If anything catches your attention and you're here, make sure that you come straight back up the same way and then have a look where you're going. Just to make sure. If you've spotted a spider, it's a spider. Here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out to bring it back up. Bring it back round. Let's take it into caterpillar. Had a mind blank there. Take your feet slightly wider than your hips. Turn your toes out. Bend your knees, and your knees and your toes should go in the same direction. I'll turn sideways. You're going to push the hips back, pull the shoulders back, look up. Breathe out, take it down. Lift back up, push back. So we're breathing out, taking it down. I'm going to change the position of the camera so that you can see what my feet are doing. So hips go back, we're going down, lifting, back up. And we're just doing a nice movement, trying to get into the hips, working through the spine. And we're going to do one more. And bring it back up. Bring yourself up onto one foot. We're going to rotate them legs. So remember, you can draw a circle, keeping the foot on the floor if you want. Or lift up, take it out, turn it, bring it in. Out, turn it, bring it in. You can hold on to something if you need to as well. And bring it back. Let's bring the weight over and change sides. Out, turn and bring it forward. This is just making sure that the hips are working and they're working nice. As if you're doing a circle with the leg. Last one. And bring it down. So we're going to bring it into fierce pose. We're making sure our legs are in line with our hips. We're bringing our fingers into a fierce... We can even make it with our face. You don't have to though. So We're coming up onto our tiptoes. We're keeping our back nice and straight. We're bending our knees and pushing back up. What we don't want is as we go down, we don't want our bum to go back. We want to keep our back nice and straight and lift it up. Here we go. Find a spot, pull your stomach muscles in. Off we go. Last one. And bring it down. Bring the hands by the side. So we're going to take it into our side stick. So we're going into a forward bend, a side bend, and then we're going to sit back into an imaginary chair. I'm going to take it up so you can see my hands. I feel like I'm talking to my foot. So now with your hands, you can keep your hands here. You can lift them up. The first set I'm going to keep my hands here, and then the second time I'm going to take my arms up. Do whatever your shoulders want you to do. If your shoulders say no, listen to them, not me. So we're going to start off on our one foot, bringing all the weight over, pull the stomach muscles in. You're going to lean forward, lifting the foot just slightly off the floor, tucking the chin in, pull that stomach muscle in. Push the heel away, squeeze them bum muscles at the back. You're going to bring the foot back down, don't let it touch the floor. You're going out to the side. Again, squeeze them stomach muscles, work here. Think about lifting that leg as much as you can, feel it right through the bum. The shoulders and the head should all be in line. So you don't want to be up here. We're going to bring it down. And we're going to tilt the pelvis back. Imagine sitting down into an imaginary chair. Keep that arch in that back natural. You don't want to let it straighten out. Pull the shoulders back and down. Tuck the chin in. Keep the neck nice and long. So we're going to lift, we're going to move onto the opposite leg. Now whichever legs that you're on, that's the arm that you'd raise. You're going to move forward, again, pulling everything in. If this is not good for you, keeping the arm up, take the arm down. Again, work that bum muscle at the back. Lift it back up, go over to the side. It doesn't have to be very far. Push the heel away, work that thigh muscle, work that bum muscle. Pull them stomach muscles in. Pull the pelvic floor in. We're bringing the arm up. We're sitting down. We're keeping that natural arch. We're tucking that chin in, pushing the bum to the floor. And lifting up. So, here we go. We're going to move a little faster rather than holding it, move with it. So we're going to move forward as we breathe out. As you're breathing in, you're bringing it back up. As you're breathing out, you're going to the side. As you're breathing in, you're lifting up. As you're breathing out, you're sitting back. As you're breathing in, you're lifting, bringing that arm down. Breathe out, reach forward. Other side. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, reach to the side. Breathe in, come up. Let's do the other side. Let's go again. Breathing out. And in. And out. and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in. Last set. And the lovely thing is I can see you, even though I'm not looking at you here, I can see you in the reflection of my door. Sit down, and that's our last one. Lift up, reach back. Bring the arms down, and you'll feel that works the shoulders. Give the shoulders a little shake. Give the hips a little shake. Give the legs a little shake. So we're going to take it into our flow. Into a forward bend. We're lifting up. We're coming round into tree position. We're stepping out into warrior two. We're lifting up and lifting the foot off the floor into half moon. We step back, we drop the arms, we bring it round, drop the knees into here, into goddess pose. We can move our hips. So that's what we're doing with our upper body. You can move the arms if you want, you don't have to. I'm going to drop it to the feet. The feet are much more important than what the arms are doing. So move your arms, don't move your arms, completely up to you. I'm going to do again the first one without my arms, the second one with my arms. So feet facing forward, from the pelvis, tip forward, tuck the chin in, shoulders back. You can have your arms reaching out, or you can have them here. You want to again keep that natural arch in the back. You're imagining someone's pulling your bum backwards, but you're gluing your feet to the floor and you're trying to pull your head forward. You don't want your head looking up and you don't want your head looking down. You want to keep the chin tucked in, the neck should feel nice and long. So from here, we're lifting ourselves up, working that lower back muscle. We're bringing ourselves onto one foot. We can bring it into tree pose. It can be on the floor, you're just bringing that knee back, you can lift the foot up. Again, pull the muscles in. Tighten up that leg that you're standing on. Lift the arms and have them in prayer position in front of your chest if you want. We're going to lift the foot and step. Push into that front knee, but don't let the body go forward. You want the belly button in line with your pubic bone. Everything should be nice and straight. And again, you can lift them arms, thumbs up if you want. Also, don't let the knee go over the toe. If you need to, you can always move that foot back. The hips are opening from here as if somebody's pulling that back leg backwards. You're going to step up onto your foot, find a spot and lift the foot off. Stay in sideways. You don't want to roll so the toes aren't pointing down. You want to make sure that the toes are facing forward, that the hips are on the side. We're going to bend that knee, bring that foot down. Bend that knee out, drop the hips. Keep the body in so you're not going forward. You want to tilt the pelvis under, push the knee backwards into goddess pose. You can move if you want here. You don't have to, but it's nice to work them hips. So we're going to go the other side, but I'm bringing my arms in this time. So I'm going to bring the camera up so again you can watch the arms if you want. The same thing's happening with the feet. So here we go. We're bringing the arms forward, turning the toes in, reaching the hands forward as if someone's pulling your hands, pulling your bum, tucking that chin in. Feel the stretch through the back of your thighs. Lift up, bring your hands down, bring the hands to prayer, bring the foot up into tree pose. Squeeze them hands together, shoulders pulling back down, again chin pulled in. We're going to lift the arms up, we can lift the foot, reach them out, step. Push into the front knee, but keep that body from going forward. Keep it nice and level. Look forward, look up. Warrior pose is a great strong pose. We're going to push up onto our foot. Find our spot. Lift our leg. Try not to roll forward. Keep the shoulders and the hips pulling backwards. Let's bend the knee, bring the arms down, palms facing up, drop down, feet turning out, knees pulling back, shoulders down, goddess pose. Are we ready? Let's go. Breathe out. Breathing in, 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 breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's go again without me talking. Last one. And bring it up. Beautiful. As you see, like I said, it gets easier and easier. The more you do it, it really does become a flow. And like I said, come and join me on a Thursday evening where I go really fast. And like I said, whatever you do, even if you can only do, I tend to do 4, but if you can only do 2 and you keep it slow, you've got that choice of holding them in the positions for a little bit before you move. You don't have to flow. You can break it down if you want to. But it just puts in your mind the same way that sun salutation. So wherever you go, you can do a sun salutation. You know how to get into that. But that's a warm-up. That's something you do at the beginning. You can then start working on these. So even if you split it up, it gives you, if you think, oh, I haven't got a, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I want to do a bit of yoga, but I'm stuck. I can't think. Make it up. Put a sun salutation in. Then stick this in. Or do the ones, just the warrior 1, 2, 3. Just sticking all them together to make it your own program. So never be afraid to mess around, change something, put something new in. Make it yours. Right, where are we going? Ooh, big toe balance. Now, you may need a band, and you may need a wall or something to hold on to, a chair or anything. We're going into big toe. So I'll do it with the band first, and then I'll do it without the band. Now, if you can do it without the band, you can hold on like this to a wall. Bend your toe and you're grabbing, bend your toe, bend your knee and you're grabbing your toe and you're trying to push out. If you've got a band, bring the band around the foot, get as close as you can, stretch the foot out so that it should be in line with your hip. Pulling the shoulders back. So wherever you want to be, the other hand is going out as if you are touching a wall. So that if you're at a wall, hold the wall brilliantly. If not, then don't worry. You don't want the shoulders coming up. You want them shoulders pulling down, and you want them pulling backwards. You want to think about them shoulder blades coming towards each other. Again, pulling in them pelvic floor muscles, pulling in the abdominals. And then we're bending the knee. We're going to change sides. So again, bringing the foot round, lift it up, reach your hand out, tighten up the legs you're standing on, pulling them abdominals, pull them shoulders back. And let's change. One more time. Always better the second time. And let's change last time. Now find your spot. Take your hand out, squeeze them stomach muscles, pull the shoulder backwards. And bring it back down. Oh wow, that rain's coming down. And if it's over by you, pelting down here. So we're going to take it out to the side this time. So again, we're keeping hold down by the foot. We're pulling everything in and then we're taking the leg out to the side. And out to the side. Now, if you can, you're turning and you're looking away from the foot. If that makes you wobble, keep looking forward. Bring it back around the front. Bend the knee, bring it in. Let's try the other side. This opens up the hips and it'll help for the last one. So again, sticking the foot in, grabbing as close to the foot as you can, pulling in your stomach muscles, flexing your foot, take it out to the side. If you can, look away. Now, if you find that your leg's dropping, then it might be better to stick it up onto a chair or anything to try and get it up as high as you can. So even if you grab a chair, because you want your leg to be near enough in line with your hip. So even if you're putting your foot up on a chair, I would say pad it, I wouldn't just put it up there, and then turn away from the leg. You can always reach the hand out, you can always pull, but at least you're trying to get the hip more in line rather than it down, all the way down the bottom of the floor. Don't worry, bring it down, just relax, relax. You're all right. So remember, did we do that? We only did it once, didn't we? We've got to do it twice. So you could try it on the second time, try a chair. So here we go. Taking it out to the side. And bringing it back. Let's change last time. Bringing it back and undo. Give your legs a little shake. So I'm going to drop the video so that we can go. We're going into down dog. We'll do it from here and then we'll do some little curtsies. So we're going to bring ourselves down and bend our knees if we need to. From here, you can step or jump back to down dog. Now, if you want, watch this one first before you have a go. Make sure that you're pushing with the fingertips as well, so that it's fingertips pushing, you're not collapsing into the wrist. You're pushing with the fingertips out. You're going to bring your leg up in the air so that you go into three leg. Then you're going to bring it down, bend the knee, and as if you're curtsying, bring it back up. Bringing it down so that it's sort of coming behind the leg and you're bending the knee and you're pushing back up. We're going to do 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. Okay? Here we go. Bend the knee, curtsy, push back up, push back. Curtsy, push back up. Curtsy, 3, 4 and 5. Bring that foot down. Let's try the other leg. So the leg's going up in the air. We're bringing it behind the knee and we're bending that knee as if we're curtsying, and then we're pushing back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down, bring yourself down. If you want, you can give your hands a little shake, a little rub. We are going back up again. And we are going to do 5 on each side. So again, making sure we're pushing with them fingers. Bounce it up to down dog. Lift the leg up in the air. Curtsy 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Bring the leg down, let's change sides. Lifting it up, curtsy, and up, curtsy, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down again. If you want, just give your hands a little shake. So we're going to take it into plank. So again, all it is that I'm trying to find different things to do. Just doing down dog on its own, kind of boring. You could, if you wanted, just stay with down dog. You don't have to do the leg lifts, the curtsy, if you don't want to. But they're great for working your stomach muscles and your thighs and your hips as well. So they're always really good to do. So we're going to take it into plank. Now, it's more to do with what the shoulders are doing. I want you to work on your shoulders. So I'm going to show you first. If you wanted to go into elbow, because your wrists are hurting too much, you can. If you want to put the knees down, you can. It's more about what the shoulders, what I want you to do with the shoulder blades, rather than working the stomach muscles, but you can if you want. So you can always go into this one where the knees are on the floor and you're pushing. You can always go into plank, elbow plank, and still have your knees down. You can have it go into 4 elbow plank. You can go into 4 plank. But you don't want your bum up in the air. You want to make sure everything's nice in line, heels pushing away. So, before you start, it's the shoulders that I want you to work. That's the most important thing. Look, I'm going to get you, while you're in plank, is you're going to drop your chest and pull your shoulder blades together, and then you're going to pull your shoulder blades together at the front and open up. I don't know, let me see if I can get this up. Excuse me, Bella. Now it's all to do with the shoulders. And hopefully you'll see the shoulders rather than that. So you're dropping the shoulders, the butt, chest down to bring the shoulders together. You're then pushing and pulling the shoulder blades towards each other so that they're opening. Down and up. Trying to keep the stomach in line. So again, it can be here or it can be here. It's whatever feels better for you. Put my top back on. Because I'm cold. Don't like my belly. So whichever version you want. You're pushing back, squeezing, dropping and opening. And then coming out, let yourself go into child if you want, turn your palms over, let your head relax. We're going to do one more time. And when you're ready, bringing yourself to whatever position you want. Tense everything up. Move through the shoulders. And then relax. Drop back if you need to. We're going to roll ourselves out onto the floor and bring our hands into Sphinx position, so the elbows are underneath our shoulders. We're lifting our head up and out. I'm going to move back a little bit so that my hands are on the floor. Now we're trying to keep our pubic bone flat down, but lift our chest as high as we can by pushing into our fingers and lifting our elbows. But we don't want our shoulders to come up, we want it to push our body up. We want our head to be lifted. So from here, pushing with our fingertips, we're lifting the elbows off the floor, keeping the pubic bone down. We can push into the top of the feet so that the knees lift off the floor. We can lift the head up, look up. And then bring it back down. Turn the elbows, let your body just go down. Remember, we're going back up again. We're just going into a little rest, but not pushing back the child to relax the spine. Make sure that the knees and the buns are nice and relaxed. We're again bringing them elbows underneath the shoulders. Getting our fingers by pushing down with the tips of our fingers, pushing down with the pads of the hand. Lifting our head up and out. Breathing in, lifting our elbows, keeping them shoulders back. Keep the shoulder blades pulling towards each other. Lift the knees off the floor. You okay? Oh, it hurt. Remember, only go to where you feel you can. Don't let it hurt, shouldn't hurt. So let's bring ourselves down, turn our arms in, let our head relax. Relax your bum, relax your knees and your thighs, relax your shoulders. We're bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting to our knees, opening our knees up, keeping our toes together, walking our hands forward, letting our head drop down into child pose. We're giving the spine a nice little stretch and the lat muscles a little stretch before we go and use them again. And we're walking our hands back in. So from here, you're bringing your hands forward. You're going to tuck your toes and lift up, so that you're coming into a kind of squat position. From here, with your hands down, you're going to straighten your legs and drop your head. And then breathe out, squat back down. So breathing out, squatting up. Breathing out, squatting down. Now you may find that as you come up, you may want to move your feet out a little, so that when you come down, you'll find that the feet stay flat on the floor. If they won't stay flat on the floor, don't worry. But you're just going between the two, up and down. Stretching the bum up, taking the bum down. Stretching up and coming down. Let's do 2 more. Now, staying up here, you're going to walk your hands underneath the feet and then squat down again and see if you can lift 1 foot or 2 feet off the floor. Bring yourself back out. I'm going to do that sideways. Now you may need a couple of blocks. So again, as you go down, take the blocks underneath, reach your hands onto there, sit back. You may go down to the floor. That's okay. Floor shouldn't be too far. Stick a couple of cushions underneath. Now this is something that we tend to have done when we were at school. So it's just about trying to get your hands further underneath. So you're trying to get them right the way back. And then just sitting. And like I said, it may be that you might walk the feet out. You might try 1 foot before both of them come up. Never mind. But what you're doing, even coming up and down, doing this, getting into it, you're starting to work them hips anyway. You're getting the spine and the bowel and everything in the right position, so that it's getting ready to get rid of anything that needs to be getting rid of. But so it doesn't matter if you can't do it. It's just about learning to put the hands underneath a little bit further and just a little mess about at the end. So never worry if you can't. It just gives you something else to concentrate on. So bring yourself back down. Now we've done a lot of things by opening our legs, so we want to close our legs. We want to bring our legs back together. We're going to bring ourselves down onto the floor. Oops, pull that underneath, it feels. You're going to stretch one leg out. You're going to lift the other leg up. Taking the arm out in line with the shoulder, bring the leg across the body, but keep the shoulder flat on the floor. It doesn't matter if the knee doesn't go on the floor, as long as that shoulder doesn't lift. And turn the head, look away from there, and you'll feel a nice pull through that lower back. And then we're bringing it back to centre. And we're going to change sides. So take the foot down, bring the other leg up. Take the hand flat down, bring it across the body. Keep the shoulder down. Turn and look in the opposite direction. Let's do one more on each side. So lifting up, use that hand as a little weight. You want to keep the leg in line with the hip, you don't want it sliding down. It's another reason to hold on to it with the leg and the hand. You'll also feel a stretch right through your arm at the same time, again through the chest, everywhere that we've been working. And let's bring changed last time. And bring it back up. We're taking ourselves down. We're going to bring ourselves onto our back. You can bring your feet into corpse pose. So letting the hands drop down, or you can bend the knees. Make sure that that part of the spine is flat down on the floor by tilting. Bring the knees together. If you want, place your hand on your belly. Tuck the chin down. Breathe into the belly. So I'm trying to bring it down. Even though I say belly breath, it's not just the belly, it's the side, it's the lower back. So it's the lowest part of the lungs. Trying to get all that air right down. There's lots of different ways that you can think about the breathing. So you can either do something like the 4, 7, 8 breath, or you could just count and do a square breath. So 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. You could do a rectangle. Anything you want. Count the breath. Up to 37, start again. But just trying to let it come into the lower part. Really thinking about pushing all that air right down into the lowest part of the lungs. To get all that oxygen, all the good stuff, and then grab all the rubbish stuff, breathe it all out. Making sure that you're breathing up the nose so that oxygen and nitrous oxide can mix together, which will help to lower blood pressure by opening the veins. And so allowing extra oxygen in. Whenever you're breathing out, just let go of everything, every worry, every stress, just breathe it out, get rid of it. staying nice and relaxed. You're going to start to feel movement through the toes and the fingers. You're going to feel movement through the wrists, and the ankles, through the knees and the elbows, through the hips and the shoulders, and the back and the chest, through the head and the neck. Take your hands above your head, and as you breathe in through the nose, stretch the fingers, stretch the toes, and then as you breathe out through the mouth, let the body relax. Big breath in again. Reach one hand and then the other so that you feel the side ribs open. And again out through the mouth. Let the body relax. Pull the knees up towards the chest and roll them round in a circle. Feeling that rocking against that lower back. It's always a nice one to do if you've been lying on your back. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. And then if you roll yourself over onto your side, stay there, have a think, how do I feel? Am I feeling okay? And when you feel ready, you can bring yourself up to seated. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to turn all the cameras off.